Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is the Amok Draumr 5 hammock. It's a lay flat hammock, and that means that you lie perpendicular to the ridgeline, so it's quite unusual. Because of that, it poses some unique challenges in terms of practical usage of the hammock. So in this guide, I'm going to cover putting it up, getting into it, getting into your sleeping bag, and some other practical tips associated with the best way to make use of this hammock so you can have a comfortable night's sleep in the woods. So I'm going to set the hammock up between these two trees. Because it's a lay flat hammock, you can't just put this anywhere. You have to check the ground underneath, because this thing's going to be swinging and parts of the hammock may or may not touch the ground, including for your sleeping pad. So you want to make sure there's nothing sharp or in the way. I can't use it where I've got large areas of foliage or vegetation in front of or behind the line between the two trees, because I'm going to be lying this way in the hammock. So you want to get the webbing straps attached to the tree at least head height, if not a little bit higher. I'm 6 foot tall, but it's an XL hammock, so it's a bit longer than other people's hammocks may be if you've just got a normal size hammock. So let's get these attached. So we're just going to pass this end straight through this hole and pull it tight. So the next thing we need to do is attach the hammock to the two trees. You can see there's a red tab that's hanging out of the bag here. This red tab is going to go on the left-hand side. So here we've got the red tab. Here we've got the metal tab. This metal tab has to be pointing towards the tree. You can see the triangular section. It has to point towards the tree. So this goes up through the metal ring and is now pointing up towards the tree. This side has a green clip. So you can see here, the metal tab is pointing towards the tree. We can now pull these tabs in order to get the hammock straight. So we can just pull this in order to generate some tension. So this is the sleeping pad that you can buy from Amok that is designed to fit with a hammock. You can use your own sleeping pad. I'll put the dimensions that you need to make sure it meets on screen if you've got your own preference. I know I've got some sleeping pads that I like to sleep on. However, if you've got the XL hammock, you really need the XL sleeping pad. And if you've got the XL sleeping pad, then it's not going to fit in the normal hammock. So let's get this opened up and inflated. It does come with a pump sack. Life's too short. I use a flex tail to blow up my sleeping pads. So I'm just going to pop this straight in here, flip it on, and let it inflate. I just want to say, you so often see guys get their sleeping pads and inflate them literally directly on the ground. You've got no idea where that's going to get punctured. And if you're out in the field and you get a punctured sleeping pad, you're just not going to be having a lot of fun. I don't understand why they do it. I almost feel like they're paid by the companies to show off about how strong these sleeping pads are, but I spend an awful lot of time repairing sleeping pads. All done so far without my sleeping pad actually touching the ground. Now let's get this inserted, because this isn't where it goes in the hammock. So I'm going to pop this out, and the valve actually needs to go this end with a white side on the top. So we're going to slide this over here, and then in here we've got a little package, a little zip into which you can insert your sleeping pad. Slide this up. It can be a bit awkward towards the top. That should get the whole hammock much firmer. There we go. Finally, also optional, apparently you can use sticks, but not sure anyone's doing that. We've got some spreader bars that just create a bit of room for your head and for your feet. Let's drop those in as well. So herein lies the first problem. You don't want to put your boots in the hammock. So it becomes much easier if you establish a clean area under the hammock. So this is the DD Magic Carpet. It's just a very small ground sheet. Let's just get this plonked out so we can get our shoes off and we get it in the hammock without getting anything dirty. Much easier. Now let's get in the hammock. So to get in the hammock, first of all, push it back a little bit and get this stick between your legs. Grab these two components here. Don't keep walking backwards. Yeah, that's not going to work. The hammock's just going to swing backwards. So you put your weight on your arms and slide yourself back like that. Now you can get yourself in and relaxed. And this is where more problems appear. Because the first thing you got to think about is, how the hell do you get in your sleeping bag? How are you going to get this put across you? So let's go through each of those step by step. So first of all, let's deal with the bug net. The bug net slides and goes into this little pocket in here. So you can get it out of the way when you've got nice conditions. As soon as you want to go to sleep, you're going to want to pull your bug net out. This is going to slide across like this, and we've got plenty of zips each side. Now, of course, we're down at the foot end. And how do you reach the foot end without sliding out of the hammock? There you go. To get out of the hammock, it's actually very simple. Just block your legs either side and wait for a swing and just stand up, and then it's done. Okay, let's get that sleeping bag in, and let's have a laugh whilst you watch me try and get into it. So the obvious way to get in your sleeping bag is you put the sleeping bag in the hammock, then you get in it. But look at what happens. If I push my sleeping bag in, it now slides down. This doesn't work. This particular sleeping bag has got a toughened base. This is the DD Dura 2, designed for hammocks. The toughened base means that I can step into my sleeping bag like this on the ground, and it's designed you can actually step onto the woodland floor. However, this is not an easy way to get in to a lay flat hammock. Let's give it a go, mostly for your amusement. So I'm in, but the sleeping bag is not in. So let's try and get ourselves in the sleeping bag. In the sleeping bag. But imagine having to go through that when you just want to get out, snip to the loo in the middle of the night, which you're going to do unless you've got a 20-year-old bladder. So we need to find a better way of doing it, because that's an awful lot of work. So next, we're going to take the sleeping bag, and to stop it sliding down, we're going to tuck it around one of these little tabs here. Now it's in position. Next, I can get into the sleeping bag as before. One arm here, one arm here. Put the weight on my arms and get into the hammock. And now the foot box, the sleeping bag, is in exactly the right place. So I can slip my feet into it and wheedle myself around, and before you know it, I'm in my sleeping bag. It's still a pretty good core workout to make sure the head section is in the right place. So I'm lying in my hammock, but actually maybe it's raining and I just want to try and get a bit of a relax, bit of respite, read my book, what have you. So one of the features of this hammock, if you don't want to go to sleep yet, is it's got a chair mode, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to show you that right now. It's accessed from some of the straps on the side by changing the tension for the head and foot sections. So this is my head section. With these straps, I can pull them, and this pulls up the head section, and I can use it to create a chair mode. I can also loosen off the straps at the foot end in order to bend the foot section down. However, my sleeping pad is probably a little overinflated for me to be able to do that. But as you can see, I am able to sit up very, very comfortably. And whilst I'm in this position, I can also show you that we've got a drinks holder over on this side, and there's another one over on the other side. And we have a little pocket here to drop your phone in, keys or wallet or whatever it is you might need to do. On both sides, there is a storage compartment up here. You'll notice on this one, I've actually got the bag. Now I've got the bag because there's a special feature for this bag, which I'll show you as well. So here's the bag that the hammock comes in, and you'll notice it's got a clip hanging around on the inside. Now this clip just slots into the clip that we've got here on the side of the hammock. And now I've got an extra storage component to put other bits in. There's always some components, flex tail, other bags, bag for the tarp and whatnot. You also have inside here a little pocket you can put a light in, and there's a ridge line attached to it, and you can pull it tight with this little bungee here. It's got to be said, this is an immensely comfortable hammock. I am very, very happy just swinging here. One of my problems with normal hammocks, so I've also got the DD Superlight and a couple of other hammocks as well. It's not the Superlight version, I've got DD hammock. Is if you're a little bit taller like I am, is the foot end is very cramped. Your feet get squashed together in the middle of the night, which I don't particularly like, even though I do love sleeping in hammocks. I don't have any of that issue here. I've got plenty acres of space for my feet. There's nothing crushing me. So it's a very, very comfortable thing to sleep in. So that's a short practical guide to the Amok Draumr hammock. Do you have any tips? Have you used this hammock yourself? If so, please let me know what your suggestions are or any advice that you might have. I'm always eager to learn. So please just drop those in the comments below.